guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a bit of fun and I'm going to play around and we're going to do a full face using only drugstore Maybelline products. If you already love Maybelline or you're interested in finding out a little bit more about their products, then please keep on watching. Today I'm going to base my look around the new Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette that we have here. As you can see, there's some beautiful yellows in there, there's some corals in there, some neutrals, some browns, and even a few bronze shades. So I've already prepped my skin using the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrating Primer. And I've also prepped my eyelids with a little bit of concealer. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to go in with this color here called Berry Ice. It's a nice matte neutral color to use as our base tone. So coat your brush in that color and just go in and coat the entire eyelid from brow bone down to the lid. So this is going to be our base color that's going to help with all our blending throughout our entire eye look. Next, we're going to go in with this color here, Coral Punch, and we're going to do our crease. Start off by keeping most of the color on the outer edge of your eye and blending it inwards.
Now we're going to use the colour Old Fashioned to slightly smoke it out.
So just blend that darker colour, just a little bit of that on the outer corner, just to give that eye a little bit more definition.
Now take the colour Lemonade Craze over the entire lid before moving on to the foundation.
So the foundation that I've got today from Maybelline is the Dream Radiant Liquid. This one's in Porcelain Ivy. Now you are going to have to bear with me. With all the isolation stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, there are no testers anywhere. So I picked my foundation just by looking at the tone of the bottle. So let's see how good I am at matching my own skin tone without actually being able to put the foundation on. Let's give it a go. So I'm going to go in with my sponge, just get a little bit of product on the end there and start pouncing that into the skin. Colour's looking pretty good so far. Hopefully I've done a good job. Now I haven't used this foundation before, so I am really interested to see how it fares at the end of the day. I actually really like the way that this foundation is actually going on my skin. It might be a little bit drying for my skin, but I'm hoping that once we've set it with powder and it's been sitting on my skin for a couple of minutes, that it's going to sink a little bit more into the skin and not look too dry. I'd say the coverage for this foundation's probably light to medium, although I believe it is a buildable foundation, so you could probably do a couple of layers on top of each other. But at the moment for me, I'm feeling like it's a light to medium coverage. Now I am going to go in for a double layer just around the areas that I feel I get the reddest and that I need it the most, which is just around my chin area and my nose. So I finally finished my foundation. Now I'm going to go in and conceal. I do find the foundation might be sitting on my face a little bit dry, but we'll have to wait and see at the end of the look to see how it goes. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. Now, although it does say that it's an under eye concealer, I do want to test that out on blemishes. It does say it's full coverage, so fingers crossed it does the job and actually covers blemishes as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my hand here. It's a nice flexible brush tip, that one. Again, take my sponge, go in with a little bit of the product and start to conceal those areas that I feel I need it. Coverage-wise, it actually seems to be doing a really good job at the moment, but we need to see whether it's going to stand the test of time by the end of the day. One of the worst things that can happen is you have a full face of foundation and concealer, and then by the end of the day, the whole thing slipped off. That's not what you want. Now, this one claims to be an under eye concealer, so what I'm looking for by the end of the day is creasing. A good under eye concealer should be very hydrating for under your eye so that it doesn't look cakey, but by the end of the day should still be in place and should not be creasing. So let's go ahead and apply this one under the eyes. And fingers crossed, it doesn't crease. It looks like it's fairly good coverage for under the eye, which is great. But as I said, to stand the test of time by the end of the day, I don't want to see any creases. Now we've finished our concealing, so now it's time to go in with the powder. So the powder that I'm using today is the Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. So this one's in translucent. I believe it only comes in translucent. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it does. So this one claims to set, mattify, blur, and smooth. Now, any of my longtime subscribers know that I am absolutely addicted to the Nakia Joy Cosmetics translucent velvet finishing powder, and I have vowed that I will not swap to anything else. So this baby here has got a lot to live up to. It says it blurs, so let's give it a go and see how it goes. I'm just going to go in with a wet sponge, dip it into the product, and just first start off by setting under those eyes. and then continue on and set the rest of the face. I'm finding that the coverage for the concealer is not as heavy as I would like. As you can see in the camera, I've still got a few, if I come a little bit closer, I've still got a few sort of scarring and blemishes popping through. Now, the one thing that I didn't pick up, which I'm super disappointed in myself for, is something for contouring. So I am going to go in with my little Make palette here, and this is the MAC one in taupe. So I'm just going to go in and do my contouring with that, and then we'll get back to the Maybelline product. Next, we're going to head on to bronzing. So today I've got the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the color Light Cool. So I'll just open this one up for you and you can have a look. This is a matte bronzer. I tend to go more for a shimmery bronzer, but I couldn't actually find any shimmery bronzers in the price line that I've got near me. I do live semi-rural, so it's only a small little price line, but unfortunately I couldn't find one. So we're going to go in with the matte one today. So let's start off and just go all over the entire cheek. So we're just going in and giving ourselves just a little bit more of a sun-kissed glow. No one wants to be as white as a ghost. For blush today, I'm actually going to go in with the Fit Me blush. This one's in Pink Rose. Again, this one's a matte one. I've actually had this one for quite a while, so I have used it quite a bit. I really love this color. It suits my skin complexion and seems to stay on all day, which is what you want. The only thing I do find with this blush is that the pigment's not very strong, so I find that you do need to go in with a couple of layers of color. I am someone who likes a lot of blush, so I feel like I do need that little extra bit of color. If you don't and you're happy with just a little bit of a wash, then you do whatever works for you. So the highlighter that we're going in for today is the Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. As you can see, I have had this one for quite a while and have dropped it once before, unfortunately. This is in the color Rose Gold. These highlighters are actually fantastic. I know a lot of makeup artists recommend these. They're a perfect, inexpensive drugstore highlighter. Just gonna dip my brush in here like that. As you can see, it does pick up a lot of product on the brush. And we're just going to take it on the top of our cheekbone, just like that. So you look at that, that looks beautiful. You can already see that that's packing quite a punch with just one dip into the product.
Now take the colour Ice Pop and smoke it all along the bottom lash line. Next, take the colour Main Squeeze and using your finger, press a small amount onto the middle of your lid and the inner corner of your eye.
So I've just gone ahead and done my brows behind the scenes using one of my holy grail be all and end all products that I absolutely love from Maybelline, and that's their Tattoo Brow. So this one here is their pomade. They do have a few different things in their range. They've got a pencil, I think they might have like a powder brush. They've got the pomade. This one is in dark brown for my complexion. I definitely think it's a dupe for the Benefit Browsings. I used that for many, many years, and I really think this is just as good, if not better. And it's so much more affordable than the Benefit Browsings. So if you're in need for a new brow product, definitely try the Maybelline Brow Pomade because it's fantastic. One of my other holy grail products from Maybelline, which is what started my love for this brand, is definitely their Colossal Big Shot Mascara. Now I know you saw this in my previous favorite products video. I can't live without this mascara. I find that it's the only mascara that I can actually put on and don't feel like I need to put false lashes on, which is an amazing feeling. I know a few friends of mine have actually swapped to this after they've been using an expensive brand, and they're just absolutely like, oh my God, Kate, I can't believe that I didn't find this before. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara off camera because we've all seen mascara applied 1,000 times before, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, and we're back. So as you can see, I've added my mascara. I actually forgot completely to get a lip liner from Maybelline, so I just did go ahead off camera and line my lips in this lip pencil from Savvy. It's in Rose. So it's kind of just a purpley kind of neutral kind of color. Then we're going to go in on the top of that, and I actually grabbed one of the Superstay matte inks. So this one is the color Lover. So as you can see, again, it's like a kind of purpley, mauvey, neutral kind of color. It's got a really nice wand on it, a nice sharp tip as well, so you can get into those corners of the mouth. And we're just going to go in and put that on. So these lip glosses actually go on shiny and then end up drying to a matte finish. So there's my complete and fully finished look, all using Maybelline products. I'll put all the links down below as to the products that I've used. I hope you guys pop out and try some of these products yourself because they all are amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. It's always fun to have a little bit of a muck around with makeup. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe and hit the bell for the notification so you get notified of any new videos that I upload. Thanks again for watching. Bye!